What's up, everyone? My name is Candace Smith, and this is Pasco Connect Magazine. I am so excited to be here today and to be bringing another guest to the platform. Pasco Connect has now been around for about 2 years, and we love talking to different people in the community. I was so excited to meet this special person that I'm getting ready to introduce. Hearing about her first, that's exactly what happened. I actually heard about her first, heard about her coming out to different protests and showing up at different events in the community. I've heard some of the things that she said, and it really stuck out to me. And I was very excited to meet her at one of the city council, Newport Richey City Council meetings. So without further ado, I'm so excited to bring I guess I'll let you make the announcement, but Rachel Hagenbaugh. Did I say your name right?
You're close. It's Rachel Hagenbaugh.
Hagenbaugh.
Yeah, like
Okay.
Hagen-Dazs, but Hagenbaugh.
Hagenbaugh. Okay, got it. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so excited to finally bring you to Pasco Connect and have them hear everything that I've already learned about you. So just tell us just a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so I am a product of Pasco. I went through school here from elementary, and I went to Seven Springs, Gulf High, and I graduated at Mitchell High School when it was first built. Um, so I've I'm from here, and I know what a lot of locals have to deal with that, and and a lot of those problems. But I am someone that's always cared about my community. I've always my background's more engineering, like that's what I went to school for. And so when I put my ideas into giving back to my community, it was always like how things work. So I helped out with the Anclote River cleanup. And when I got connected into the gardening stuff, it really changed the direction of my activism. So it went into more the gardening, the urban agriculture, and bringing healthy foods for low income people. Um, I then, of course, I already had a daughter who's 9 now, but I became pregnant and I had to step back from even being the president of the Cultural Affairs Committee and being the EBT manager over at Tasty Tuesdays, because I do have my own health issues that I deal with, which is why food is also important. But so I took a step back to reevaluate my health and my ambitions, broke my leg. So that held me back a little bit longer. But then when the protests started, it gave me more of that motivation. And I was actually truly inspired by Nina's drive and what she was saying, because I've let my own color hold me back in pursuing things here in Pasco. Um, because I'm a woman and because I'm a woman of color, I know what my adversities are. So it kind of always held me back from going and pursuing something more, legit. Um, because I I don't know why I let it hold me back, but I'm actually happy that with the current climate of being able to establish that dialogue with racial issues, that it's let me be more open in this. And so when I see my current city council again not listening to its people, when their voices echo throughout Pasco, it's really disappointing. So I had to step up. because no one else is. And
Right.
it's hard to even get people out going and doing community things. So I know I had to do it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna pause it 1 second because my signal is choppy. Give
Okay,
me 1 second. I'm gonna pause it and try to see about my internet. I apologize. 1 second.
it's okay.
So, what is your plan of action when you're elected for city council?
I have a few plans. One is that I want the urban farming ordinance to be expanded, but then also I want the city to nurture the program so that everyone one knows about it, because city residents can get free mulch, they can get free seeds like organic non-GMO seeds from the library, and you can grow in your front yard without being ticketed. And then you can get a free table over at Tasty Tuesdays and sell your stuff to even EBT customers and get paid. Like, these are things and resolutions to our hungry, to our people that need money, need something positive, because gardening even helps with mental and spiritual health. These are things that we need to be re we need to be putting back into our people.
Mhm.
And that's pretty much where all my missions end up with, is bringing everything back to the people.
Mhm.
Um, there's a lack of communication in a lot of instances with the small businesses.
Mhm.
They don't go and call up if there's a problem with any of the small businesses. They don't call them. They don't send them an email. No one stops in, when there's a problem. They get a cease and assist letter on their doors, which inhibits and pretty much creates other financial insecurities.
Mhm.
Um, there should be more resolutions for kids in middle school and high school age. I have written the Parks and Rec several times that they should have equipment and other um, engagements for that age group,
Mhm.
instead of them always going to and playing with the children and toddler size toy equipment and breaking them. Like, all these things, and they can be way more proactive
Mhm.
with the social justice issues. um, is something that not one of them has the capacity to even have any regard in speaking of,
Mhm.
unless that they're being somewhat compassionate. They really should keep their mouths closed.
Right.
Um, there's our homelessness issue that they keep neglecting, that they're here and pushing them away whenever there's a census count. Um, they're not doing enough for transportation for people that are using the transportation. There's been the county has been wanting to put a major transport a hub over here in Newport Richey,
Mhm.
so that people can actually stop at Main Street instead of, when they're connecting from Pinellas,
Right.
going all the way to Port Richey. There's an opportunity that they're not taking, and putting a hub here over for the transit. They're not taking enough for walkability, even on the small streets, like on Washington, when you're going off into on your way to Port Richey off of Massachusetts. There's a lot of flooding issues all in that area, and they really cater to the people that only have money.
Mhm.
Their discrimination against renters is absurd. Um, there's a lot
Yeah.
and
Okay.
that needs to be addressed, and all they're focusing on is literally garbage and cement, hundreds of thousands of dollars of resources that they're going to do for for some of these projects is despicable when they say that there's no money for social causes.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot that needs to be done.
Right. I totally agree. So I guess one of the more important questions I would love to hear your thoughts on is, how do you think Newport Richey will change with someone in the minority group on the council?
Um, I think it would, one, be more inviting for other people of color to come here, to be and feel accepted, because representation matters when it comes to those things. Um, and in doing so, when people come to the city and show a more diverse atmosphere, it creates a better, stronger community in that. And it'll prove that we're more self-sustainable. We shouldn't have to rely on outside services as much as we do if we are properly educated in this.
Yeah, I totally agree. So, how can members of the community and surrounding community find you and support you?
My website, rachelforcitycouncil.com. It has all my links for my social media. My @ sign is Rachel for City Council. Tried to keep everything the same because I know my last name is crazy. So if anything, we're thinking, just hashtag RGH, just to
Okay.
keep it short and sweet, just like AOC.
Right.
So yeah, Rachel for citycouncil.com.
Okay, perfect. Well, this is our first interview, but I definitely know it won't be our last. Hopefully, we can, have some systems set up where we can check in, every so often and get a Rachel report.
I would love doing that because accountability and transparency are very important. And that's what I'm all about, because this is about the community and the people. This isn't about myself or anything like that. I I'm not in it for any self ambitions. I'd much rather I didn't have to do this, but I will do this because I'm that type of person to stand up for my community. And I am appreciating all the love and support that I have been getting, because apparently these are things that people have been saying and no one's listening.
Right.
But I need them to know that someone is listening,
Yes.
and I'm willing to listen and advocate for the people, and because that's what we're missing, is a true advocate for a lot of the missions that can propel us into a true city. Like us here in Newport Richey, we have the potential to be an awesome, go-to city as San Diego. We have awesome people, artists, authors. We have some awesome people here,
Mhm.
and it's underutilized. And I believe their policies and ordinances are holding us back. They're trying to create everything like an HOA. Pasco is a great place to retire, but the city of Newport Richey is not a retirement community,
Mhm.
So they need to change that up and really start thinking about the people that are living here and truly bringing in the money.
Mhm. Okay. Well, I can't wait. I'm excited. I really love to hear you speak out on the issues. I'm excited to have, someone that really understands the city and understands, what people face, and can finally just be a voice for that, because there's so many people that feel a certain type of way, but they don't know how to express it. They don't know where to express it. So they just go on living this sort of half life, thinking that no one cares. And you don't understand what that does to a person over time. It gives them hopelessness.
Yeah.
And, you don't want to live in a city with people filled of hopelessness, So it's just refreshing to finally hear somebody voice it and say it, and want to stand up and say it and want to come to the forefront and do something about it. So I'm excited about that. And I'm excited, to bring your message to Pasco Connect for sure.
Oh, thank you. And I appreciate the opportunity because living here, I love living here. This is a very special place. I'm a military brat. So I've lived in New York, Texas, North Carolina, California. I've lived everywhere. And I've had the opportunity to live anywhere.
Mhm.
And when I decided to grow my family, I decided to come back here to Newport Richey.
Mhm.
And it's because it's so special and it deserves the fight because it can be even that much better.
Right.
So,
I totally agree. I do. So you guys, I can't wait to share with you. I guess I'll announce it now because nobody really knew, but Rachel is going to be on the next cover of Pasco Connect magazine, and I'm excited about it. I'm excited about our photo shoot and just being in the garden that she's talked so much about. So you'll get to know more about that project and other projects that she plans to initiate in the community. So I'm excited about that issue that's coming out. And like I said, I'm excited for you to come to the platform. You're welcome here at any time that you want to put a message out.
okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time, peace.